as we launch our way into the second month of Amina's life. As a dad, I wanted to do a quick recap of week number 4. I wanted to share 5 main takeaways and learnings that I have had over this challenging week. Oh yes, and then I have 3 products per usual I'm going to share with you that have really made life easier for us as parents, and specifically, well, some of them for me as a dad. So without further ado, let's get the show on the road. Welcome to It's Us Dads, episode 4, week 4 of Amina's life. So this past week has been revolving around boobs and sleep. Isn't that a man's dream? But for me, it's been a bit challenging. So I'll quickly go through them and I'll expand on them later. But the first point is that mom has been very clear that she is disappointed with the lack of emotion that I'm expressing towards Amina. Second point is that during the nights now, we're noticing many more noises. Noises we haven't heard before. Noises that are not clear to what we're supposed to do, because usually Amina makes noises and it's clear now. I'm hungry. Nah. When she has gases, and something like that, and then you gotta massage the feet or burp on the thingy. Anyway, but now she's making all these. We have no freaking idea what she's talking about. It drives us nuts, because for hours in the middle of the night, we're gonna be like, what do we do? What do we do? And we're exhausted. So we needed to adjust to these changes, and we're sure there's going to be many more changes as the weeks progress in Amina's life. The third part is that mom, for the first time, has started breast pumping. We'll get on that later on, but this is a game changer now, and it's throwing me much more into the depth of feeding, which I'm very happy about. But it also involves a lot of pain and a lot of exhaustion of pumping. Something that none of us, at least men, I have no idea what that feels like to be pumped. Sounds a bit sexual. Maybe just to me. Okay, fourth point is the fact that I missed, for the first time ever in my work as a freelancer, a meeting. Amina kept me up for so long during the night that even though I had 2 alarms go on, I slept through them. And it's a shitty feeling, let me tell you, waking up and missing a meeting. Okay, but it happens, and luckily, the people I was meeting with were all parents, so they had empathy towards me, which was a beautiful moment for me to kind of enter that club and feel that compassion from other people that I would not have felt before. Okay, that was a quick, longish recap of 4 major-ish events. It's time to dive into 5 main takeaways of the past week that will help you, hopefully, as young dads or in anticipation to become dads. So, without further ado, let's go. Learning number 1, don't let mom get to a maximum level of exhaustion. This may sound trivial. Both mom and I are exhausted throughout the days, but there's that threshold where you or her or him lose it. And that's when you are too exhausted. So try to anticipate that level and be the best version of yourself and offer support and do things that you know that she or he needs to do, and do the things that she needs to have done, and don't ask. I'll give you an example. And sometimes the best way to avoid exhaustion is by sleeping, which might seem very obvious. It's hard to do when you have a baby that wants milk or sleep or changing the nappies all the time. So one piece of advice I got from another dad was to take babies on walks. Literally remove baby from the space so that mom is not thinking about where's baby, does it need to be fed. Baby is gone. And if you can't take baby out, noise cancelling earphones, completely close the door and take baby to a different part of the house. Take care of it there. Let mom sleep and avoid max exhaustion. Okay? You're with me? No one fell asleep? Great. Number 2. I spoke about this earlier, my emotional connection to Amina. Mom's disappointed that I haven't said I love you to Amina. Mom and I have very different experiences with Amina because mom's breastfeeding and literally physically Amina needs her and I'm just there to do other things. It doesn't mean that I don't have strong emotions towards Amina, but I think it's legitimate, like in any relationship in life, that the words I love you or any other strong words come when I am ready, and I don't feel that just yet. And I think Amina will appreciate this in the future when she knows that when I share or anyone shares specific words, they share them when they feel them. And I'm trying to explain this to mom, and it's a bit of a source of tension. So my way of coping with this pressure of say I love you, you don't love our daughter, you don't love our daughter, was just to say I have strong emotions towards her, and I feel like the right thing to do is to express my emotions when I feel the time is right. And I hope that you respect that. And since I've shared that with her, I have gotten less pushback on the L word. I don't know if that's gonna help you, but it definitely helped me. Oh, number 3, here we go. Take daily photos of your baby. It's kind of hard because when you're on maternity, paternity leave, every day feels the same pretty much. But if you're able to maybe create in your calendar, take photo, and just capture her or his face, you'll see it's amazing on a montage, and maybe I'll post it here in the video, a montage of the growth on a daily basis. It's so exciting to see, and it's wild. We have Amina for 4 weeks and she's already half the size bigger. Isn't that amazing? So daily photos, create a montage. On to number 4. So much moving around. Oh my goodness. Friends, our baby, Amina, is 4 weeks old, and in 4 weeks, she has stayed in 3 different homes in 2 different countries. And I think most people would agree that that is way too much. But now we're finally back in Salt Lake City, where Mom's family lives. We have our rooms, we have our comforts, we have everything we need to fully support Amina as she grows up. We traveled to Salt Lake from Canada, 2 flights. Probably not the most recommended thing to do by pediatricians, but we did it anyway. And what we learned from our pediatrician is that babies don't have the ability to pop their ears at different pressure levels like adults have. So the only way to overcome that, because they can't eat chewing gum or do this, right? They need to suck on a nipple. So Mom's been breastfeeding on takeoff and takeoff and landing. And Amina was amazing. She didn't cry once, which astonished all the crew and the people sitting around us. So bravo, Amina. When you watch this, kudos. Okay. The next 2 are about breasts, which may excite you, but also may scare you. I don't know. But anyway, number 5, boobies. Mom's breasts. So Amina is breastfeeding fantastically, which is a blessing. And I hope everyone experiences that in the early stages of parenthood. It's a scary thing. But because she's breastfeeding so much, there's a constant demand, which brings a constant supply. And sometimes the supply is larger than the demand. So what this means for Mom's breasts is that essentially there's too much milk and a sensation of explosion. So she constantly says, I feel like my boobs are gonna explode. And I don't have a way to help. And this can be dangerous, because if it's not drained, then what happens is that there's clusters, dry clusters of milk inside the breast that can turn into an infection called mastitis, I believe.
Tomorrow.
What's that word?
That's when it gets infected.
Mastitis, because when we're engorged, when we're full of milk, it's easy for staph to get in there and cause rip-roaring infection.
Yeah.
So Mom was freaking out. One night she woke up this week crying from pain. I didn't know how to help her. So much pain. We went to the hospital the next day and she got antibiotics, hopefully to avoid mastitis, which is something that no one should experience. So anyway, this point is to say that if your wife, mom of baby, is really like supplying a lot of milk, make sure that they start pumping the milk with pumps, and I'll talk about that in my product that I recommend. This could save her from that kind of pain and fear. And that brings me to point number 6, the final point of today. Breast milk, unfortunately, is not yummy. And this may not surprise you, but I was really hoping it was delicious. I was hoping, as a vegan, I was hoping to enjoy milk in my coffee. But then once I tried it, I was like, ugh, have a look. It was bad. No. So yeah, I'm heading back to oats. Cheers. For those of you here for the first time, my name is Yonatan, also known as Borderless Belik on social. I'm a content creator, I'm an educator, but as of 4 weeks, I'm a new dad. And I'm documenting my journey as a new dad to share with the world what it's like. Because to be very honest, there is very little content out there made for dads by dads. It's dominated by women. And so I'm hoping that from my experience, I'm able to help all of you dads out there, whether you're expecting or young, Gesundheit. This is for us. This community is for us dads. By the way, beyond this series, It's Us Dads on YouTube, I create daily videos for Amina. And I put them on TikTok and Instagram. So go ahead and check them out at Borderless Belik. I share with her life lessons and advice of the daily things that happen to us, and I hope they help and inspire others out there. Bam! We did it! Okay, 3 products that have improved our lives as parents. Product number 1 is, we'll continue with the breasts, okay? This is a HAAKAA hand pump. This is what it looks like. Boop, boop. I'll show some skin, okay? Go like this. It's not for us men. Push. Look at that. Huh. Now, what it does, not for me, but for mom, it literally starts, and there's milk here. And then this milk can be used for the baby. HAAKAA hand pump. Mom recommends this. I haven't used it on myself until this very moment, and I don't really have any recommendation because it did nothing. Okay, but for the mamas out there, look into the description. Mom loves it. Product number 2, I reviewed, I believe in week number 3, onesies. Okay, onesies is something babies use all the time with a zip on the bottom and at the top, game changer. But then we found out that Amina, the way she likes to sleep is with her hands up. Some babies like this, some babies like to be like this, some babies like this. Okay, Amina likes to sleep like this, hands up. So we swaddle her, which is this whole big spiel every night, every time, diaper, whatever. It's a big spiel, something that we prefer not to deal with when we're so we found this swaddle. Okay, now I'm gonna put in the description the link to it, but essentially this is a beauty. Baby slips inside, legs over here. It's like a sleeping bag. This is a non-functioning pocket. I guess it's a fashionable thing for babies. And then you got your double zip right here, down and up. So you can just open it from here, change the nappy, pull it over, and then change it and then pull it back down. But the thing is that hands, look at this. Hands literally stay up. This is almost my size. Look at that. Hand in there, baby sleeps like this. She loves it. Product number 3. This is gonna surprise you and you're gonna be like, really? LED lights, okay? Buy these easily from Amazon. We have them on the back of the bed. This is not our bed. This is the office bed. I'll give you a house tour later on. But essentially, you put these on the bed and turn it on, okay? And what this does is, it essentially distributes light throughout the space close to where the baby is, and it's not too bright because a bedside table with the light on it, you turn it on at 3 in the morning and your eyes are like, and you can't do stuff. You can't really see the baby. Probably takes time to adjust. So you keep one of these. You can get one with a USB like this one, and you can have it charged throughout the night so it never runs out. And it's a beautiful little decoration as well for your bedroom. So highly recommended, very cheap, brings good vibes. All right, I want to bring in Amina to say goodbye. Here's Amina. Amina Bands wanted to stay here for the outro to thank you all for watching this video, for supporting it with a like, a comment, yay, a share, a yawn. Go ahead, introduce yourself please in the comments, your name, where you're in the world, are you a dad, how many kids do you have? Let's let this community thrive and get to know each other and help each other out. That's the main purpose of why I'm putting these videos out there. So thank you so much for that support. Hit that subscribe button, the ding ding ding, and we'll see you next week. Much love. Bye. Amina, say bye. You say bye? That was a bye. I'll take it. Bye.